What's up, everybody? Happy New Year. Happy 2024. Unfortunately, I lost. I got last place in my fantasy football league. Now, the last 3 years, nobody has lived up to the last place punishment. We've always suggested doing a last place punishment. Everybody has declined doing it. So this year, I got last. Now, I do think it was out of my control. I had Nick Chubb, a chain, Burrows, Herbert, Foreman, all had injuries, injured reserve. Stephon Diggs and Josh Jacobs definitely underperformed. So next year, if my team's healthy, I'm going to be real good because it's a keeper league. But all that to say, this year, for the first time in our league, I'm actually going to do the last place punishment, okay? Out of principle. So, I suggested this punishment, by the way. I didn't think I was going to get last place. The punishment I suggested was eating a raw potato on camera. Now, I'm a little bit limited by the potatoes we had at home. Also, I didn't want to completely mess up my guts. I'm not going to do a big old potato. I found a smaller one. There was some green on it, which I've heard is not good to eat. And I'm already eating the raw potato, so I'm like, I cut off the green parts, and this is what we got. So I'm going to eat a raw potato. I have an art history dark Czech lager, Wenceslas, to wash it down. Art History is one of the best breweries around. I specialize in German lagers, Czech Pilsners, that kind of stuff. And here we go. First time ever, 2024. Happy New Year. Eating a raw potato for the first time in my life on camera. This makes me feel like Creed from The Office. Creed is eating an apple. I found a potato. Cheers. Whoa. Crunchy. Very crunchy. A little spicy. Very starchy. Not great. I would not recommend this for anyone. I just spit a little bit of potato on my desk. I would not recommend anybody do this at home. Unless you have an iron stomach like I do. And an ironclad confidence like I do. And your brain's messed up like mine is. All those things you need. So if you don't have those things and you try this at home, it's going to be bad news bears. Now, I should have said this before. To preface, I set myself up for success with this. I had homemade peppermint tincture earlier in the day, good for the gut. Just a few minutes ago, I had homemade sauerkraut, a big old scoop of that, good for the gut. And I had some bitters, not homemade, but that's supposed to be good for the gut. So I tried to prep my system for this raw potato. All right, I gotta go faster. I'm already at 3 minutes. All right. Sorry. One sec, a little piece on the treadmill. There we go. Oh, and another thing. On top of the sauerkraut, bitters, peppermint tincture, I have a little treadmill under my desk. I figured, let's keep things moving. I don't know if that will help my gut, my digestion, but I figure it's better than sitting and eating this. So I'm getting some steps in. Although, and I'm just rambling right now, my phone is filming me and it's not in my pocket, so it's not tracking the steps, which is really killing my OCD right now, because I want to track the steps. That's okay. So I just want you to know that I'm sacrificing things. I'm eating the raw potato and I'm not tracking my steps. So I'm really sacrificing for this video. 3 years in a row, nobody did the last place punishment. I'm doing the last place punishment. All right. I keep saying I gotta go quicker. We're at 4 minutes. All right. I want to post this on Instagram. I feel like it's a 90-second limit, so I don't know how I'm gonna get this on there. Maybe it will just be for my fantasy league. All right. And I got a surprise for you at the end, by the way. So far, halfway done, this is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Although, we do not know what the aftermath's going to be like. How's the rest of the night going to go? How's tomorrow going to look? Will I be constipated? Will my stomach be in knots? Will other things happen? I don't know. So, we'll see if I have to eat my own words later. But right now, this is not as bad as I thought. It's just really starchy. Not super pleasant. Not tasty at all. Very crunchy. It's like if you were eating an apple, but the middle of the apple, the flesh of the apple, was inside the raw potato. That's what you're doing. That's what I'm doing. Also, shout out to Pretty Bad Co. That's Pretty Bad Co. On Instagram, on Etsy. He has a website. That's where I got the sweatshirt. Listen, I think you should leave reference. People can change. I used to be, I'm not a piece of shit. I used to be. It's a New Year's Eve reference. Go watch the show. You'll get it. I figured it was apropos to wear this shirt, this sweatshirt, for this video. All right. We're almost at 6 minutes. I thought I was going to be under 5. But it was kind of hard to really chow down on this. Oh, I'm starting to settle in my stomach a little bit. These last few bites are going to be harder than the first few bites. All right, what else? So yeah, I got last place. It's been a while since I got last place. The fantasy gods were out for me this year. Nick Chubb, we're in an auction draft, so not my first round pick, but my highest dollar pick, out almost instantly, the whole year. Joe Burrow, signed him to a 3-year contract in our keeper league. Supposed to be a great quarterback, just pretty much garbage. First few games getting me like 2-3 points, and then after that just average. Devon Chain struck gold in our rookie draft, got him for $1. He's out like half the year, and he's still like the 78th best player in the whole league, being out the whole year, or half the year. Khalil Herbert, Deonta Foreman, they've been out for like 5 games each. What else? Keaton Mitchell, that was towards the end, injured reserve. And then I had Stephon Diggs and Josh Jacobs. Stephon Diggs especially, mediocre. Supposed to be a top 5 wide receiver. Not doing so great. And then Josh Jacobs, he did fine, but he was the number one. He had the most rushing yards last year. This year, no way close to that. So, I like to think next year is my year. If a Chain's healthy, Chubb comes back, I'm gonna keep him. I'm gonna pay high for him. Burrow comes back and does good. Diggs comes back and does good. Jacobs comes back, number 1 rusher. Maybe goes to a different team. I can keep Zamir White, be RB1 on the Raiders. Josh Jacobs goes somewhere else. What else? Keaton Mitchell, explosive guy. He comes back. Gus Edwards, get out of the picture. Keaton Mitchell, it's all about you. My team is dangerous next year. I have the Chicago Bears defense. They're one of the best defenses in the last few weeks. They're only going to get better next year. Y'all better be scared. Better be scared. All right, we're going to 2 more bites. Let's just do this in 2 bites. I know this is a much longer video than I thought it was going to be, but I've never eaten a potato while trying to talk to the camera, so to make it a little bit interesting, I could do a stand-up joke as well. Because, someone watching me eating a potato and saying nothing, all right? That was a big-ass bite. Way bigger than I thought I was going to do. All right, stand-up joke time. This is my closer. It's the best joke you'll ever hear. So me and my wife were walking along the Fox River Trail in Geneva. Beautiful trail. And all of a sudden, I look up, and I see this beautiful V of geese flying into the river. Now, I've always liked to watch geese fly ever since I was a kid. So I'm looking at them. Oh, I love watching geese fly. At the last second, though, a couple of geese start going that way. They're flying that way. I'm like, okay. Get a little concerned. The V geese is flying to the river. A couple of geese flying that way. They're supposed to be at the river. That's where their food is. That's where they rest. That's where they, do self-care grooming and whatnot. So I'm like, I care about the environment. So I'm like, this is bad. Those 2 geese need to be at the river. So at the very last second, I go, hey, geese, the river's that way. Thank you very much. My name is Ryan McSherry. Drive home safe. Tip your bartender. There you go. This is free content, by the way. These last two bites are really hard. This is not, I know I said it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I still stand by those words, but it's getting much harder the more I eat it. I can't imagine if I was doing the whole thing. Maybe that'll be a follow-up sometime later in the year, like a legit, double this. Legit potato. I already ate an egg with the shell on last year. This year I'm starting off 2024 eating a raw potato. What's next? What can I go for? I could do a bigger potato. I think I want something new. So let me know in the comments, in the YouTube comments. Like and subscribe. Let me know what else I should have. It's getting caught in my throat. This is hard to do, talking to the camera and walking. Oh man, sorry. Oh, all right. I don't know if, I know it says I used to be a piece of shit, but I don't know if those words are true. Maybe I still am. Last bite. 2024 fantasy. I am going to eat. My team is going to eat. Watch out. I'm telling you. Burrow. I also have CJ Stroud. I could throw him in. Maybe year 2. He does better than Burrow. Diggs comes back to rare form. Jacobs comes back to rare form. I have Nick Chubb doing the Adrian Peterson post ACL, just destroying the league. I got Devon Achane, the most explosive rookie this league's seen. And yes, more than Bijan Robinson. He's going to be back next year. I got Keaton Mitchell, who has, I think, the most yards per carry out of anybody. I'm pretty sure. He's coming back. I got Ty Chandler. Maybe he's RB1 on the Vikings. I got the Chicago D. What else? Kyle Pitts, tight end. I hope. He was a round 1 pick. I hope he comes back and does really good next year. Second half of the season, he did pretty good. First half, he blowed. I'm forgetting. And then we'll see the Bears running backs. In an ideal world, Deonta Foreman gets traded, is an RB1 somewhere else, and then Herbert and Roshan split carries. I got Herbert. Oh, and I forgot Zach Moss, waiver wire pickup. Trade him. Let Jonathan Taylor eat in Indy. Trade Zach Moss to somewhere. He's an RB1. My whole team is RB1s and wide receiver ones. I mean, come on. You are scared, the league. I can feel you shaking your boots. Oh, and since I got last place this year, I had the first round pick, number 1 pick in the rookie draft next year. Oh, maybe I'll take Marvin Harrison Jr. Oh, should I take him? If I add another superstar to my team? Sam, I'm coming for you. You're going to regret this. I don't know what you're regretting because my team lost. You didn't do this, but you're going to regret being in this league because next year, I won the regular season 2 years ago, and then I lost first round playoffs as a fluke. Next year, I'm thinking undefeated, maybe 1 loss, and then I just tear through the playoffs. Every game, just destruction. And I just blow you guys out of the water. All right, I'm almost at 14 minutes. Last 2 bites. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I couldn't imagine doing another half. It was basically half a potato, which I know is not as big as I thought it was going to be. That's what she said. But I've never done this before. I already have digestion issues. I didn't want to overcommit. The second half was pretty hard. So, but I told you I had a surprise. Art history wins list. I told you I had a surprise. We were going to wash down that raw potato with the good stuff. A shot of Malort. And I chose the Monte Cristo, it's stuck in my throat, casino shot glass because we were rolling the die with how this potato is going to affect my gut. So cheers. Happy New Year. Here's to a better 2024, better than last year. Last year was rough. Here we go. Oh, I do the pinky like in SpongeBob. Pinky! All right. Cheers. Happy New Year. Deuces. I'm out.